Everyone, and welcome to PED 110. I'm your instructor, Billy Strother, just here to go over some expectations and just keys to success for this course. You should have received an email from me already kind of outlining what the keys to success are. And really with any online class, it's simply just staying up to date with the coursework. I'll go over the attendance policy and due dates and all of that here in a moment. But first, again, I just want to welcome you. I think you're going to find this to be one of the most enjoyable classes that you've had, and really one of the more relevant classes because we're dealing with life here. It's not necessarily about school and the content, but about things that impact you and your well-being. And so you should really get a lot out of this course. I receive just great feedback each semester from people who have incorporated new skills and healthier habits and have just been able to improve their quality of life through the content that they learned in this course, as well as just the behavior changes that came about from this course. So quickly, the first thing you need to know with any course or online course at Nash is that you've got to complete the enrollment verification activity before you can do anything else. In fact, if that's not completed by the 24th, then you will be dropped from the class. So you certainly want to make sure you take care of this immediately. From that point on, the other assignments and sections will begin to open for you. So just quickly going through this, we've got the enrollment verification activity. Then you'll either complete or upload your online certificate. So if you're taking more than one online class, you only have to do the orientation one time. And you upload your certificate here to show that you've completed it if you've done it for another class already. The course syllabus, of course, that's always important. The highlights of the course syllabus, for one, you need to know the textbook that we're using. Goes over the course description. Please be familiar with the grading. I won't go through all of that. You guys take a look at it. Make sure you understand that the participation piece is the biggest piece. Just be active in the course each week. And I'll show you how I check participation. Excuse me. So we use what we call checklist. And your participation grade primarily comes from this. And so as you complete assignments, these bars fill in, and so each week you'll want a completely green bar. All right, this area right here should be filled with green. That means you've completed every assignment in that particular section, and you would get a 100 for the participation. So this is definitely an area here where you simply do it or you don't. It's a 100 or a 0. But now a 0, well, not necessarily, because you could complete some assignments but not others. But I'm not grading for correction here, just simply that you participated. So that's the largest chunk of your grade. Please be mindful, though, that in an online course, attendance is taken by participation. So each week I come check over here and just see, all right, did each student complete an activity? And if you did, then you were in class that week. If not, that's an absence. And please, please, please be aware that 2 consecutive absences will result from a drop from the course. I don't want that for you. You don't want that. So stay on top of things. Getting back to the syllabus. And this is the common Nash syllabus, so most of this content is used in each class. On the syllabus, very important that you pay attention to the attendance. That's the only area that gets any students in trouble that I've had. It's just regular online attendance and completion of the work. Remember, failure to attend class, which means log in, participate, and complete assignments, it's not only going to negatively impact your grade, but then after 2 consecutive weeks of non-attendance, you're going to be dropped. So make sure that we keep that at the forefront of our minds. All right, looking at the schedule, each week basically you cover a chapter. You're going to find I'm a creature of habit. Some people say, well, that's kind of boring and redundant. Some people say, hey, I really appreciate it because I know each week exactly what I've got to do. And I'll go through each section in a moment to show you how kind of repetitive and cookie cutter this is. But we've got our weeks, our chapters, and due dates for each week through the semester. Notice all assignments are due by 11:59, so before midnight on this date. Okay, and then I'll put in your attendance the following day for that week. So all assignments are due before midnight on this date. Just checking to make sure there's nothing else I really need to highlight. Just be familiar with this, take a look at it, and you'll receive a quiz with a couple questions, just ensuring that you've read it and you understand it, and that you agree to comply with it. Okay, continuing on, and normally my videos won't be this long, but obviously this is the first week, so I've got to cover some of the housekeeping things. So we've covered the syllabus. We've talked about the EVA. You're watching the video now. Again, be familiar with the attendance and withdrawal statement and attendance dates. Okay, moving on. So now you've completed the EVA section and you're getting into the course introduction. Very important, since it's an online course, that we get to know each other. Other than that, we're just names behind a computer screen, and we don't know anything about one another. And I don't want it to be like that. You'll find that I'm very responsive to the emails. I'm here for you. That's what I'm here for. I'm not just here as a technology facilitator. I'm here to help you. So please reach out to me. But it is nice to put faces with names. So on this Padlet, you'll just double click, write a quick blurb about yourself, and include some type of picture that represents you, or a picture of yourself is more ideal. Here you see my family, Jaden, Bryson, and my wife Denisha. And I'm a big Packers fan. I love football, I love sports in general. My little blurb there goes into what my interests are. And so that's about all I expect, something short and sweet. Then in this section, and this will be the case each week, you'll have a supplemental video to watch that kind of touches base on the topics for that particular week. And then also each week you'll have a lab to complete and a physical activity monitoring report. So I'll go over the labs first. So you will log into My Health Lab Plus, and here you'll find your assignments. And so each week you'll have one, maybe two labs to complete. Some may seem lengthy, but they're all reflective in nature. So I can pretty much guarantee you, you won't get a question wrong. It's really all measuring where you are in terms of your fitness, wellness, so forth and so on, as it relates to this particular lab. So again, it's just a reflective type activity each week. So it's really good for you to identify areas where you need to continue to improve in your health, or areas that you're already doing pretty well in. And when I say health, I mean overall wellness. So not just the physical body, but also social, spiritual, mental, emotional, so forth and so on. And over here where I have the due dates, pay no attention to that. I just leave them open, but be mindful of the due dates listed on the Moodle. So you would want to be finished with that by August 22nd, okay, for your first lab. And then the other thing you have each week is your physical activity monitoring report. We'll click on that. Things get a little confusing here. Trust me, keep it simple. So we don't meet face to face, so I can't be with you in the gym, but I have to have some way of identifying and holding you accountable for physical activity. So this is where technology comes into play. Many people these days are wearing different devices. All of our cell phones have apps that tracks fitness for us. So it may track things like steps taken, calories burned, distance traveled, minutes of physical activity. Any of that information can be submitted here. So you're simply going to take whatever device you use, your phone, your Fitbit, whatever it may be, and share that file or screenshot or some type of picture of the weekly report. In fact, some people have just submitted their login sheet if they attend Planet Fitness. They take a picture of their login sheet and send that in to me. So anything like that, just documenting that you're getting activity each week, and it needs to be at least 60 minutes every week. Anything you choose, I don't tell you what you have to do. And again, it must be recorded on some type of fitness tracker or some way to document that you're getting in this 60 minutes. And then you simply create that file, either as a screenshot or some other type of picture or file, and you submit right here, and that's it. Okay, that's another situation where you will get credit, 100 for simply submitting the file. Of course, I check the files. I'm looking for your 60 minutes of activity. Of course, with progression, hopefully you're getting more and more activity in within that duration, though. So, but we'll talk more about that in some of the later chapters. So other than that, I have kind of went much longer than I typically will. I'd like to keep my videos down to about 5 minutes max. But again, this was the first week, so it's important to touch base on all of these. So again, be mindful of the syllabus and the attendance policy. Complete your enrollment verification activity. Upload your certificate for your online orientation, or complete it here if this is the only class that you're taking it in. And then that will open up the course introduction for you. Complete these activities by August 22nd at 11:59, and then from there each week you'll get a video similar to this where I begin discussing exactly the content and the material that we'll cover in that particular chapter. Okay, guys, I look forward to working with each of you. I'm here for you if you need me, and just make it a great semester. Take care.